Well, I have some huge news for all my Batman fans. Apparently, the director for Batman the Brave and the Bold has been locked. It's not revealed yet as to who that person is. But I think I may have an idea after talking to a few of my sources. But the bigger thing that could be the biggest surprise to everyone could be Ben Affleck reprising his role as Batman after the Flash movie as the main Batman of James Gunn's DCU. Now, you might be really confused. I know that. Trust me. Just wait and watch this video. And everything will be clear. Before starting this video, I just want to address something. Talking about comic book movies, TV shows and games is my passion. If you want me to continue doing the same, I only request you to do a small favor, which is to like my video and subscribe to my channel. It means the world to me. So, with that, let us get into our main topic. So, I feel that there is a strong possibility that Ben Affleck might still be our main Batman in James Gunn's DCU. So, earlier today, it was reported that the director for the Brave and the Bold movie has been locked. Which basically means that it's all finalized. I believe, in a few months' time, we will have the first draft of the script and then we will most likely be getting the big casting announcement for the movie. Now, if you remember, a couple of months ago, there was a report saying that Ben Affleck was going to direct this movie. This was in fact reported by various credible websites. But then, after a couple of weeks, Affleck himself dismissed all such claims, saying that he would never ever direct a Batman movie. What I really do not understand, or have failed to understand so far, is why do people keep believing the words of actors or people in high positions in Hollywood? This man said he would never ever return to play Batman after Justice League 2017. He was absolutely certain of it. Then, he returned for the Snyder Cut reshoots. He again said, "Hey, this is my last time as Batman. I assure you." But right after a month or so, we got to know he was returning once again for the Flash movie. Now, we all believed that this was in fact his final appearance as Batman. There was no doubt this time. But hey, wait a minute. He decided to return one more time for a short cameo, I believe in Aquaman 2. So, after all that, how can we believe the words of actors, directors, or anyone from Hollywood? The director for Joker, Todd Phillips, said that there was no way a sequel to that movie would ever be made. And now, the filming for the sequel is already over and we are just a year away from that movie to hit the theaters. Andrew Garfield outright denied his cameo in No Way Home. And, if you remember, the reason why Ben Affleck left his Batman role in the first place was because he wanted creative freedom. He wanted to direct his movie by himself. When Warner Brothers denied it, he had no choice but to leave the role. But now, things have completely changed. James Gunn is the boss of the new DCU and we do not really know much about his plans for the new Batman movie. We just know that the title for the movie is called Batman Brave and the Bold, which was revealed to be a part of the first phase of the DCU. Now, during his announcement, two posters were primarily used. One is this, as you can see on your screen. And the other is this. If you look at these images, we can clearly see that the Batman is clearly much older than Robin. He could very well be in his 40s. And he looks very bulky. You can almost say that he is like the animated version of the Batman that we saw in Batman v Superman. I further searched up Batman Brave and the Bold in Google and then I came across few more images. And every one of them reminded me of Ben Affleck's version of Batman. Now, I got to know that there was also an animated show with the same name that premiered in 2008. I saw some clips, and it looked very cartoony. I didn't like it very much. But that is not the point. The point here is the design of the Batman in this series. As you can see, even in this animated series, Batman looks very bulky. He is wearing the traditional classic blue and gray costume. Now, I will give you a small task. Can you envision a live-action version of this costume without looking too goofy and comedic? You may get rid of the white lenses and you can also modify the bat symbol to some extent. Okay, after I personally envisioned my version of the live-action Batman corresponding to this design, it very closely resembled the Ben Affleck's Batman from the upcoming Flash movie. I mean, just look at him. He is bulky, just like the animated series. He has the classic blue and gray costume as well. He isn't even as dark as the one from Batman v Superman. I think this version of Ben Affleck's Batman can totally pull off a live-action Brave and the Bold movie. And now, I also found that one very important character of this animated series was a character called Blue Beetle. Now, interestingly, we have a Blue Beetle movie coming out just a couple of months after the Flash movie. And one of the cast members have pretty much confirmed that a Batman cameo is indeed present in the Blue Beetle movie. And this was before the whole James Gunn DCU reboot announcement. So, could this mean that Ben Affleck already shot his cameo as Batman for this movie now? The biggest question remains, but what about Robin? James Gunn has clearly mentioned that Robin would be a big part of this movie. Now, we all know that Ben Affleck's Robin died, which was revealed in Batman v Superman. But this may not even be the same Batman, although played by the same actor. I think Barry Allen will travel to an entirely new universe at the end of the Flash movie where Ben Affleck is still Batman but not the same version which we saw in Zack Snyder's movie. Ben Affleck even stated that he finally understood the character properly in this movie. It's because it's an entirely different version. Maybe this version doesn't murder people in cold blood. Maybe this version doesn't use guns. The Robin in this universe could well and truly be alive and well. Now, some of you may argue, but what about the age difference between Batman and Superman? James Gunn clearly stated that his Superman will be around 30 years old, while Ben Affleck is 50. People tend to ignore the fact that Flash movie has a Batman who is 72 years old and a Supergirl who is 27 years old. I mean, nobody cares. Everyone is highly praising the Flash movie. Nobody really cares about this minor issues. I mean, even Henry Cavill is 10 years younger than Ben Affleck. Who cares if it's 20 years younger this time? Ben Affleck looks in very good shape to me. I could easily say he is in his 40s if I didn't know his age. He is in a much better point in his life now. He is healthier and seems to get rid of all his personal problems. So, I think if James Gunn did agree to his demand for creative freedom, I think there is a chance that he is going to continue to play our Batman in the new universe. Now, my sources have said that the post-credits of the movie has not yet been revealed in any of the early screenings of the movie. Is it because of this big secret that we talked about in this video? What do you think? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. I would like to remind you once again that, if you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like it, and subscribe to my channel. As I said, it means the world to me.